some of the sands, S for other ones, and M for the shale.
Language.
Since then, we changed it. And I want to go back to Garrett's because he's got the model there. So yes, you're right. C1 is this big thick shale. Okay?
Big thick sand.
Sand. M1 is the shale. S1 is that sand, right? Okay, S1, there's a shale. There's a couple of sands here. And then there's a fairly thick shale about halfway up. That's this one, which is M2.
Look this way. Turn this way too.
That's this shale at the top of the page. That's M2.
Now wait a second. Why didn't they consider the shale in the middle? Why with the eyeballs? Why didn't they put name that?
It's very, very thin.
I asked them, not you. Please.
Yeah, very, very thin.
Jeez. Okay. No, but that's what we're saying when you're going to put the model in tomorrow. When I start flowing, that is too small for my simulation. But in reality, it might be a barrier. It might be, but you might not put that in your model. You have to figure out how. Where's my simulator at? Yeah. Figure out how do you use that. Anyway, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, then if you go back to the first page, now we call this sand/shale, right? Garrett? We called then above the sand/shale, right?
Yeah, well, S1 and then the S2 contact is the solid sand.
That's S2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this interval here of interlayered sands and shales we call SD/SH, I think.
Right, let's
Right?
not worry about the nomenclature now.
Well, no, it's important that we sort it out now, I think. Okay, so the interval of interbedded sands and shales on the first page is SD/SH for interbedded sands and shales. Okay?
This one.
I know.
SD.
Roger, I'm sorry. I continued. What I did was continue
Sandstone
that
slash
S1
shale.
because this sand shale above M1
No, but they have
is
different
still
names.
same. So the facies wise, I still correlated that as S1, and then that top orange section, the coarsest grain, the fine grain at the very top, gets the S1 designation.
Well, that's we got to talk about that because that'll mess up the Petrel model. We'll have to look at it.
There's ways around it, but for this exercise, let's do it Roger's way, the sand shale. All right?
Okay, so
What they call
Yeah.
what they call the
this interbedded sands and shale interval, yellow and black, we'll call SD for sand/SH for shale. And then the top sand on top there, which is a little thicker than the others, what do we call that?
S2.
Yeah, S2. Okay? So that uppermost sand is S2. Okay, that's the stratigraphy. Now, if you turn the pages, go to back to page 2, and you see sand number 1, or C1, excuse me, and keep going down the well, you'll see that it's almost all sand, all the way down about 200 feet. What is that? Where did we see that sand in Outcrop? Okay, now everybody has to know that. You know, everybody has to understand that what we're standing on here beneath the surface is C1. And we drilled it about another 200 feet down. The beds are dipping 12 to 14 degrees, so what we saw on the other side would extend below the quarry floor here.
Turn to look and see there where Bob's standing. That is a perfect dip as you're going to get in this strata of massive units. Here's another one there. That is a dip slope.
So,
Perfect example of a dip. I mean dip.
Yeah. Backwards, that's spelled pit.
Where's that rock at?
okay, now, does everybody understand that? Because that's key to your model. What it means is if this is the oil-water contact that we're sitting on, that this part of the reservoir is going to be stratified, and that part of the reservoir is going to be just massive sand. So that part's going to be a better reservoir than this part. Okay, because you got too many shale breaks over here. No shale breaks in the reservoir there. Very critical that you understand that. Okay, now, the exercise for today, and I suggest we do this fairly quickly and not take a lot of measurements because we're coming back tomorrow. The exercise I've designed for you now can be done fairly quickly, and it's to familiarize yourself with the structure as we go around towards the south side. The exercise is this. M1, Shale 1, M1. You see it right here. That shale, we walked along here. You can see it off to the north. You can see it off to the south. And as you go along the south wall, you can see it. And then you come into that big anticline and you can find it there too. So what I want you to do is to go along here and trace that shale. Understand about where it is all the way around so that you connect it up with the anticline down at that end. Now the shale is going to cross a couple of faults, so you'll see some offset of the shale. It'll go across the big fold, the big steep axis or steep flank, but you'll be able to find it there too. And that becomes your correlation point all the way around the field, at least on this side, from the west end to the south end to the southeast corner. And of course we don't see that shale on that shale 1 on that side because where is it? Where should it be over on the east side?
Up on top.
At the top. Up on
It's been eroded away. It would extend back up above the ground surface. Okay?
You get away with it.
I know, he didn't chew me out.
No,
That's because you're from the prison gang in Georgia. Okay, got it? So what you should do is walk around, make sure you trace this around. Now, I'll give you one little clue that this surface between M1 and C1, it rises it rises in the quarry. In other words, because of the 10-degree dip, it's climbing up a little bit higher as you move to the south. If we move to the north, you'll see it comes down, and it almost comes to the quarry floor about where you were looking at that fault earlier today. So you have to keep an eye on it. If you're really sharp-eyed, you will find some of those injectites within this shale as you move along.
Is that one?
No. No.
Little injectites,
You'll know it when you see them.
siderite concretions, which is an carbonate. And what is
They're
that
part of
white
the bedding.
residue on that shale? Anybody see that white residue? If you don't know that, go taste it.
No,
It'll
don't
be
taste
regular
it. He's
or
tricking
irregular.
you.
Roger, are you done?
No.
It's melanorite. It's iron sulfate coming out of that shale.
As long as you have this, you can taste, right?
You'll taste that one real good.